Hey boys, welcome back to some more Bradman cricket, as we're taking on who are we versing? Sydney Thunder in this Big Bash game here. Coming in pretty early again, but we're off to a bit of a flyer, 1 for 23 of just about 2 overs, as we place that one through the covers for 4 off the mark. I actually played that off the back foot, which is a little strange. I usually just religiously play off the front foot, but for some reason in this game I was like, let's try a back foot shot. Actually, I think I know why. It's because Gurinder Sandhu just like bowls short balls, I would say like right there, like 75% of the time. That one was well above the head, but we have just creamed that. Somehow we've got over the top of this, hits it to the ground. That is, look how high that is. Almost, it was pretty close to the fielder. He wouldn't have caught it, but so as you see, we are 1 for 47 off just over 3 overs. Simon Kadich, 20 off 8. We are now 8 off 2, so we're going pretty well as well. Make that 12 off 3, you know, just flick off the pads there. Sandhu, for once, pitching it up. Actually, a pretty poor ball, especially for the field they got set. They've got like, it's sort of a ring field, but they got like plays really close, like mid on and mid off, well up. As another short ball comes in, I told you, Sandhu just short ball religiously, but you know, worked away. We break our streak of 4s, a bit of a shame, but you know, we'll take the 2. We'll take the 2. As 15 run rate, 15. It's not too shabby. Sandhu coming in here, outside off, over cover. There is not even a cover field. It could just go along the ground, but we pick up 6 runs. Pretty short boundary, 75 meters. I guess it's a pretty sizable boundary. It's a pretty flat shot. That was a very full ball, almost a Yorker, but just got underneath it and just over the rope as well. Nice shot, as they still got no cover fielder. Not a great field at all, as we go downtown again. That is going to be another 6. We're just on fire. As you saw at the start, I was this game, I was just in the mood. You know, we haven't really failed in this Big Bash, but we haven't really gone on and made a decent contribution. Our average is only like 25. Not, you know, it's okay for 2020, but not for our player standard. We want to be averaging, you know, 30 to 40 ideally, but probably above 40 ideally. But once again, another 4. This is a massive over. Sandhu having a lot of trouble here. That's a poor over. Is Dilshan, Tilakaratne Dilshan coming into the attack. 1 for 81 off 5 overs. Make that 1 for 85 off 5.1 overs. This is absolute slaughter. Me and Kadich are just in some fine form at the moment. Our run rate is now up to 16.5. Kadich 32 off 14. You know, I'm looking at my own score, 34 off 9 now, and I was like, damn, I'm just carving them up. And then look at Kadich, he's going nearly as quick as me. So usually these games, you have one batter that just dominates. The other batter can go decently, but it's usually rare for both of them to go fairly sporadic like this. But you know, this is what our team is sort of based on. The top 3, honestly, it's Marsh, Kadich, myself, also Voges to come in. But Voges, I don't know, in this game he doesn't really go too well. Not terrible, but doesn't quite have the impact. And then Mitch Marsh later on, also in this game, he hasn't really made any big scores, but hopefully he can do it when he's needed in this competition. Has just worked that one down the ground. They do have the field a bit more spread now. Deep, I don't think they have a mid on, or maybe it's a wide on. Looks like a wide on. As we pull that one, we time that sweetly. Dirk Nana's coming in, bouncing us again, but they do have the square leg man in, so just a single. The run rate has dipped, but to be expected when they push the field back. There's really not too much you can do about it. As we move into the 40s, 40 off 16. Kadich is still plodding along. Definitely not snail's pace, but compared to us, he's not going too quick. As that is a beautiful shot. Should be 2 here, but we actually aren't going to pick it up. I don't know what, that's poor running. Very, very poor stuff. That should have been an easy 2. Not the best stuff, but as you see now, Kadich is out. 2 down now. Unfortunately, the partnership is over. It was dominant too, so it's a bit annoying. Could have made, I don't know how many I don't actually know. It must have been like almost a 100-run partnership because I came in, it's like 1 for 20. Ah, yeah, so it's like, yeah, 70-run partnership. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. And right here, so we hit it pretty nicely away from the mid-on fielder, but he's going to direct hit here. Run Voges out, and I was furious because another time where this should have been 2 runs, but for some reason, Voges was just so slow out of the blocks. And I guess overall it's probably my fault, but I was holding the sprint button down. He just wouldn't pick up pace, so Voges gets run out. Not very good, and once again, just placing the ball into the gap there. You know, if we ran hard again there, we probably could have got 2, but I was definitely not going to tempt fate once again. Running your teammates out is definitely an issue. Not saying I like to do much, as Dilshan continuing, and this bit of a spoiler here. This is where things start to slow up slightly. You know, we got the wickets are not tumbling, but lost a couple of our big guns, and we sort of just have to regroup. We're still going along pretty nicely, but the run rate's still slowed up. A few dot balls with the spinners coming in. Just and this so obviously these were recorded a while ago, and I back then I really struggled against the spin. Not really that I struggled against it. It was just that I didn't really know how to score boundaries off them. I'm much better now. Even though I still get out to them pretty much every time, but I know how to do better shots to them. But these games, pretty much when the spinners are bowling, it's just singles. Might get the odd loose ball where you can place it for a couple or even a boundary, but I barely ever go over the top with the spinners. It's so risky, as we are on 49, so we're pretty anxious, obviously. A few more dot balls. The run rate is still above 10, it's still fine, but things have definitely slowed up as Feldman almost collects us right there. Short ball dug in off looked like the shoulder, maybe the glove. Luckily for us, it didn't carry to the keeper. I don't know how, but once again, he bangs it in short. Should just cut the ball, but I actually wasn't expecting it. Feldman usually bowls these slow full balls, but he ramped up a bit of pace and got it through, so finally, we're going to get the 50. I don't know how many dot balls we had, but it was way too many. 50 off 32. You know, still above 150 strike rate. That's good enough for T20. But man, we were cruising, and then all of a sudden, a couple of wickets. The field spreads, the spinners come in, and we struggle. So, not the best. As we place that nicely, you see, just they have that. Not a fine leg, he's more of a squarish fine leg, so they just got all the easy boundary areas blocked off, and that's pretty much right there is what we have to do. Just work the gaps and get the 2, as Mitch Marsh always gets run out. Direct hit, it would have been tight. We put in the big dive, so he might have just been home. But yeah, the run rate dipped below 10 now, but that's fine, you know, still over 7 overs left. Still a few batters left as well. But Mitch Marsh definitely needs to pick it up. You know, we're in good touch, but as the top order batsman, oh my god, I forgot about this. But yeah, we get out here. I don't even challenge this one. This is ridiculous. I actually don't know what happened with this shot, because I tried to just play it down the ground. I've never seen that type of shot. I definitely didn't block it. He's just completely missed him on the back pad. That was like middle of middle stump. That was as plumb as you can get. I was very frustrated. I was actually about to try to go over the top and get a few runs, but unfortunately, the amazing start we had pretty much just eroded. It just, nothing came of it. The Thunder are going to win quite comfortably. Hussey is still in there. I don't know who the other batsman is, but we only got 165. 165. We were like 100 off 8 overs or something. And they chase it down with almost 2 overs to spare. Owen Morgan gets man of the match. Hussey probably should have got man of the match, but Owen Morgan obviously played alright as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this match, and I'll see you boys next time.